What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Alma, Missouri. And today, as you can see, we have new toys. They just got released today. These are mods. They got released today on the Mod Hub. And I've been giving them a little bit of a test run, I guess. And they work phenomenally. The only thing is I haven't figured out how to get Slurry in the lagoon currently. I do have a test coming up later on, so hopefully that works. But yeah. If we take a look in build menu, you can see I'm in front of the second cow barn, water buffalo barn, whatever. And this is the lagoon, or liquid manure tank. It's technically called the lagoon. I did transform the land quite a bit because this lagoon is massive. And I built this little shed here to store currently the bale trailer, but the that thing and that thing in here eventually. So there's that. Um, this setup did cost quite a bit. I think we had like 1.4 million, something like that, before this started. So yeah, quite expensive. And you have to be very precise with this stuff, I've noticed. So if I put that there, that should start unloading. There we go. So yeah, you have to be really precise with this thing. Which is kind of nice. And it does take quite a bit, or quite long to do anything, I guess. And I figured this was a great spot for this. Anyway, it's fairly flat. I mean, it was flat enough for me to work with. There's not very many other places that it'll work with. So there's that. And we're going to come out here to the grass fields. And we're going to spread some slurry. I would turn this into digestate, but it doesn't really work out that way. We're going to do one headland. Sure. You can see in the mini-map it is working. Do I need to turn on the manure sensing thing? Crop sensor, what does that do? Yep, that'll work. Okay. So there we go. We're spreading the slurry. I would turn this into digestate, but I can't get the slurry in the biogas plant. So that's why we're using slurry instead. Which I'm okay with. It's not that bad. Actually, we're not even going to go around the headland. We're just going to keep making circles. I'll probably do the headland over there because there's trees, maybe. But I don't need to do the headland over here. I did bale these fields, this field and the other two grass fields. Well, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. And then taking a look at the fermenter, we have 1,000,000 liters of hay, but I think we already had like 300,000 liters in there already. So I would say we got about 700,000 liters of hay. Plus, I did pull some out of the bale storage, just to finish off the bale trailer load. I do have the truck sitting there with the milk tanker, which is probably not a good idea. Filling up a slurry. I'm pretty sure it's done already. But I'm going to try and see if I can get slurry into the lagoon. And that's the method I'm going to use. Now let's just casually take this thing and run into the things, because it's brand new and that's what we do with things. I did go for the biggest Slurry tanker, and I'm really glad I did. So if we take a look here, you can see the semi-trailer's there, the lagoon pump is there, and then we've got a bunch of different options for tankers. So I went for the biggest, and then I went for the biggest spreader as well. And this is a much better option for this tractor as well compared to the other slurry spreader that we had. I don't think they worked well together. And there we go. Didn't take too long. It definitely used a lot less slurry than our last slurry setup. So that's good. There we go. We'll get that dumping in there. Does take quite a while. So we will leave it to it. Oh, I did buy this 7R, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys that. I bought this 7R for this job. That's kind of the only reason I bought it. I'm sure we'll use it for something else eventually. We also have a lot of manure that I got to get rid of. Still not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. I don't know if I want to spread it or turn it into digestate. Might turn it into digestate because we're going to have a lot of it. I just haven't got that far. Alright, so that's filling. We need to tab this way. This thing is all full. Get rid of the mini map. And save the game. And Mr. Worker, take this over here. Where's my truck? That's not where my truck is it? truck is there. Now, I did do a little bit of research before I started the episode because I don't know how to run these things. And apparently I need to just back this into here. Yeah, there we go. So that'll work. There are triggers right here, but they don't work apparently. So you just dump it right there, and then you get this. And you're supposed to dump it or back it up into the little pipe right there. But like I said, you got to be very precise with it. And I think this tractor needs to be on. And I think the cover needs to be open. I probably should have done more research. I don't know how this thing works. Alright, let's get this out of here. Yeah, I don't know how this thing works. Maybe I do dump it in the trigger over here? I have no idea. Well, my worker made it over there. That's good. Why is this not working? Did I do my help window? Let's see. Turn on Slurry spreader. Maybe gotta fold it up and do it again. How does this thing work? Alright, let's see if we can dump back into here. See if that works. Okay, that doesn't work either. What is happening? This thing definitely has manure in it, doesn't it? Or did I place it wrong and it doesn't have manure in it? I have no idea. Let's look in the price menu. Oh, that's going to be at the very bottom. Never mind. Oh, this thing wasn't on. Okay, well, let's try that again. Nothing. Still nothing. Interesting. Okay, so that probably doesn't work. Maybe there's a bug with it. Who would know? I do want to try a worker with this just to see what they do. And he's not doing anything. Interesting. Okay. Well, that doesn't work. Okay, so apparently there are still some problems, bugs with these mods. Um, yeah. Or I'm just doing something wrong. That could be too. Who would know? All right, but that will do it for today, guys. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.